Hello, it's back with another video. Ooh. So, this one, I feel like my channel is going very transgendery vibes, which I'm not angry at, but if you guys want anything different, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to do so. This one is, I asked a close friend of mine, because they've been recently doing in photography, a sort of LGBTQ plus sort of topic, and they had a few questions they wanted to ask me. I said I couldn't actually do the photography piece, so they wanted to take pictures of us in our like true natural form, and then obviously do a little questionnaire sort of interview sort of after. But she said she is actually using pictures from me online or something like that, but she wanted to ask the questions, so I picked out 4 of the questions she asked because she's very smart up here, so they definitely made me think. I have them written down here, which is why if I keep looking, that's because I'm reading the questions. Yeah. So these are the 4 questions that I answered that I definitely had to put some thought into. Yeah, I just want to put out there right now, these are all my own opinion. They're in no way right or wrong. It's all opinionated on behalf of me. So yeah. Okay, there's like 4, but they're quite long-winded, if that makes sense. Okay, so, number 1. She said, what are your thoughts when having to tick a gender in like a sort of questionnaire or something like that, online maybe, or in, a bank or something like that. And it has the options male, female, and transgender, like, as an option. So it has, like, male, female, transgender. Okay. I'm trying not to literally repeat what I said to her, but yeah. I think it's nice that they're thinking of us as a community, transgender community, but it's wrong because they're sort of making it seem like transgender is a third gender when it's not. It's like, because that's a gender question. So the fact that there's an extra one for transgender, it is literally like they're trying to make it a third one, and that's not the case at all, because obviously when you're transgender, it's normally physically you're in the wrong body, mentally you're a gender that's different to the gender you're given at birth. So in those ones, even the transgender ones, I tick male and transgender. But I do think it's wrong, really. Like, I know they're trying to make it easier for us, but in a way they're making it worse, because then it just adds on to everyone's arguments to, like, this day, where it's like, transgender is another gender altogether, which it's not at all. Yeah, okay. I don't want to, like, go on. I have sunburn, by the way, so if you see me doing this, it's because it's rubbing against here and it hurts. Yeah. If I want to know someone's gender identity, but I don't want to be offensive, is there a polite way to ask? For me, personally, some people are very much like, don't ask me, just keep yourself to yourself. But for me, if someone questioned it, rather than just assuming, like, madame, sir, sort of thing, I would be happy with, what pronouns you use. So, like, if you don't know what pronouns are, it's like he, she, they. And I'd just simply say he, him, Yeah, that's a short and sweet one. What kind of hardships/hurdles do transgender people face? This one, I remember when I answered, I tried going about it open-minded, because, like I said, I've actually got it pretty easy, considering, like, this one. So I was trying to, like, do it as an overall. But I cut it down to sort of categories. So, like, one of them was families. Now, I'm not speaking on behalf of me, because, like I said, my family is fully supportive. But some families, it can be as bad as they disown their children, and they completely, kick them out, you're not a kid of mine, blah, blah, you were born so-and-so, that's who you are. So in that sense, it can be hard, because you can lose those that, they're all like, they're the people closest for you that are meant to be there for you no matter what happens. Employers/landlords. So for example, like, certain employers could easily turn you down due to you being transgender. Not necessarily make it that's the reason why, but they could easily use different reasons, but that would be the underlining sort of hidden, you know, reason. And landlords can sometimes deny homes due to not agreeing with the certain, you know, way that you are. I actually have heard of that, both of them. It's happened to a few of my friends. And then another hardship, which at the moment is everywhere, social media. And even in social places, to be fair, or like, you know, other stuff like that, like actually outside. I personally feel like transgender people are, how do I put it? It's like they're like made out to sound worse, like monsters. Like they're portrayed sometimes, I feel like, very deceptive people, and even sometimes as far as saying, you know, sexual predators, which sounds ridiculous. So those of you like family wise who are watching this might seem like, what the hell? But there was this whole thing recently, there was a hashtag going around, I was actually a big part of it, I shared it a lot. It was like hashtag ban, and it was a movie. I can't remember what the movie's called now, but it was a book that was written, and apparently it was going to be made into a movie. Now, the actual director / writer of this book is completely against all LGBTQ+. And the actual whole book itself is basically about this transgender person who ends up, you know, drugging people and ends up getting them to sleep with them, and it's only when they're in bed do they realise they're transgender, because, you know, it's a female and pops out, you know, a penis sort of thing, and then rapes them and stuff like this. And it's really pushing out a message that is completely wrong, and it's making people like me, or, you know, trans females sound like monsters, when actually, ironically, we're the most accepting people you'll probably find, as well as anyone in LGBTQ+. But yeah, I just feel like they definitely make it out to be bigger than it is, for sure. Last question. In your opinion, why does society give people who don't want to follow gender norms such a hard time? I'd say, as all the other issues we have with discrimination, I think for sure, 100%, at the end of the day, it comes down to prejudice. Yeah, I really believe that. In the sense of like an idea that anyone who isn't cisgender, which is like just female male, like no transgender people, imagine they don't exist, like just them two genders, like anyone who isn't that is, it's like they're like, I don't know how to put it, they're wrong. Like, it's like anyone who isn't any of these genders and is like transgender or like non-gender conforming and gender whatever, all the other ones I can't remember, but it's like they're inferior to these two genders. Does that make sense? Am I explaining it right? It's like we're made out to be wrong. I don't know how to explain myself. I think, honestly, the biggest issue is mischaracterization. In the sense of people such as me who might not follow society's expectations of gender are trying to deceive other people. And what I mean by that is the whole thing I literally just touched upon is that we're made out to seem like monsters. And so I feel like because we aren't following society's rules per se, and, you know, we're actually breaking away from that sort of normal, you know, it's like, that's it, we're a whole nother sort of over here, we're our own group, and it's very much like the people over here, like males, females, gender, you know, normal genders, like they're just them two. It's like all this, imagine we're in a bubble, transgender people and gender non-conforming, everyone like that, and it's like all these people over here, because we're breaking away from like them over here, it's like all of a sudden that's a problem, because we should all be the same. So it's like when we're over here and all these people over here mixing up and all that, because there's such a small amount of people, like there's millions of transgender people, don't get me wrong, and gender non-conforming, all the others, but it's like compared to obviously the billions of people that aren't any of these, it's very small. So they take that to their advantage and they automatically throw all this hate and they just knock us down, and it's just very, I don't know how to explain it. I tried explaining it, I don't know how to, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah. I hope that didn't bore you. Honestly, I'm just trying to find excuses to make videos because I want to try and be more frequent. Follow my Musical.ly at Lewis Midnight. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's either at Lewis Midnight or at Midnight 1001. That might be my Instagram, actually. Yeah, go check him out. Yeah, 3 months on T video will be up very soon. I've definitely got a video coming up soon as well, like around the sort of 19th, 20th of this month. That's a surprise. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.